What's going on, guys? Sly here, back at it once again with another Leviathan raid video for you here on Planet Destiny. So the PC finally has access to the raid, and in the same week, challenge mode has dropped as well. So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at this week's challenge, which is the Bathers or Royal Pools, and how you guys can easily get past it. Now this video is on normal, and it's actually really easy, guys. A veteran raid team will have destroyed this by now. Now on Prestige, that might make things a little bit difficult because you're going to be on your own for most of it, and you have to clean up your ads, period, including bathers. If you leave your mess and then dip out on a plate, that's practically a death sentence because there is no leeway here as far as time goes. Now, there really isn't any incentive to do challenge mode on Prestige, which I believe is a shame, but you do get double chests to drop, which could possibly drop, you know, double armors or weapons. But who am I kidding, right? We all know this raid's about tokens. Those endgame tokens, right? Right? Anybody? Anyways, so let's set this bad boy up, guys. The premise, pretty simple. All you need to do is keep one person in the middle the entire time. That is the challenge. Now, there are a few times when it gets tricky, but I'll show you how to get past that. So in order to pull this off, you need to snag away one person from being a floater and stick him or her in the middle the entire time. Now, preferably a warlock with healing rift. We'll get to why here in a second. Now, once you take away one person, you are no longer doing the two team things and rotating as a triangle on each side. Instead, we're doing something I call the square method. Have one warlock stay in the middle the entire time. Now, when I say middle, it means in the liquid or on the plate. As long as you do not leave that boundary line, you're fine. You'll have the orb there the entire time. It spawns in the middle, you know, consistently. So take the orb in the middle as much as you want, but you need to make sure that it's there for your rotators every single time. They cannot wait for it to respawn because with one person down on rotating, you have to be very fast and constantly moving. Even a couple second delay can cause huge consequences. So to start things off, guys, everyone grab a plate, and including the one who's going to be in the middle the entire time. The one left over is going to be the floater and the first to switch out. So have the one who's switching out first grab a full stack from the middle and then stand up on the vent by Chalice or Axis. Now for this very first part, it's very important that you jump on at the same time. So count it down, 3, 2, 1, and you have to be totally in sync here. You need to squeeze out every last second from your psionic protection. So start it up, jump on as a team, and help kill the bather at one of the plates up top, wherever you guys decide to start, and then rotate your first plate. Now, we started as Axis or top left, so we switched out, then Axis goes to the middle, grabs the buff, comes down to me at the dog plate or bottom left. He takes over for me, then I go to the middle, grab the buff, and then immediately go to the bottom right, where guards or brothers are. Then of course the guy who was on bottom right goes to the middle and then relieves top right. By the time you get to your third plate or third rotation, everyone should be locked in if you did this correctly. Now, because time is so tight here, you have to be aware of people coming in and out. Leave the plate a little early even though no one's standing on it yet. This will let the chain slip backwards ever so slightly, but it starts off really slow. You're not going to be missing out on anything major. Doing this helps the person at the very end of the rotation because if you all do it right, you're going to squeeze an extra 5 seconds by the time you get to the end. If you're not fast enough, the last rotation will be without relief for like 10 to 15 seconds, and that is not a good scenario. That plate will be catching up the whole time. However, like I said, you do this right and all of you jump on at the same time, then this does work. Keep rotating in a square shape going around the room counterclockwise. Well, at least we did counterclockwise. How you guys do it, it's up to you. You can go left or right. Doesn't really matter here. Now, the Guardian in the middle, their sole purpose is to kill those 3 ads every time they come out of the top doors. Focus on nothing else but staying in the middle and keeping your stacks as high as possible while killing those 3 ads every time you see them. So now that we've got the rotation down and what to do in the middle, let's get to the damage part. So how this is supposed to work is that the warlock who is permanently in the middle will tell everyone when to get on the middle plate to do damage because he or she needs to have the most psionic protection to start out with. Sometimes you'll get it back when all the plates lock in, but some of you will not. Just in case, they grab the orb first no matter what. Now, once it's locked and everyone heads to middle, help clear out all the ads as quickly as possible. You can run into the water, but do not get on the plate. Have the warlock in the middle step on to get the protection first, and then everyone else follows suit. So I'm always the one on ad duty because I can usually solo bathers pretty well. Everyone else does damage. The warlock who's in the middle needs to trade out with the first person on ads. When they do this, they stand on the concrete so their protection does not run out. Now they can quickly walk over the water if they need to get an enemy or something, but they need to have a decent amount of protection left. The way I recommend doing this is that once you and your team clear out the front two groups of lanterns, immediately split up and then go to the plates you started on. Leave only the dedicated middle person and the first rotator in the middle. There's a reason for this, which I'll explain here in a second. Now, after the front two sets of lanterns are down, have the Warlock return to the middle and make sure they stay as far away from the center as possible. When everyone is at their plates, standing on the vents ready to jump on, have the Warlock in the middle throw down a healing rift, because when the Counselor Scion spawns in the middle of this room, it will wipe away your protection, so you start to take damage. And of course, if you die, that's challenge failed. So to keep one person alive without protection, you're going to need the Warlock Rift and full health. Also, they're standing away because if you're close to the Scion, it will boop you in the air. This will cause you to fail the challenge. Also, this is why the team leaves early, because if everyone is grouped up on the plate doing damage, the Scion will boop the entire team in the air, and this counts it as no one in the middle. That's challenge failed. Also, while you're clearing ads, if a real Scion throws that purple grenade crap at you and it throws your team in the air, also challenge failed because none of your feet is touching it. That counts it as not being in the middle. So, leaving early and being far away from the middle is the only real safe bet here, even if it just bumps you ever so slightly. If you do not have contact with the water in the middle, it's challenge failed. So before the Counselor Scion spawns, everyone should be at their plate ready to jump on. As this happens, the first person rotating will be taking care of the projection Scion, and the dedicated person in the middle will still be in the middle in the Warlock Rift, but shooting the projection. But that's really about it, guys. The whole premise is just to keep one guy in the middle the entire time, and they cannot leave. The only time it gets difficult is when it's during damage. That's only because you can get thrown up in the air. Just remember, if you're on plates, never leave a bather on your plate for someone else, and because of this rotation being one short, you will always run out of protection early, especially if you're the last two plates to be rotated out. At the end, you can expect a fancy new emblem, some glimmer, and of course, double drop. So as always, thank you all for watching another Planet Destiny Leviathan raid guide. My name is Sly. Of course, you can catch me over on Sly Nation here on YouTube, and as always, here on Planet Destiny as well. Now, if you're new to the PD family, then welcome, Guardian. We would love to have you aboard. Spank the thumbs up only if you enjoyed yourself. Subscribe for tons more D2 videos, and comment down below if you have any questions, or if you just want to say what's up. Take care, y'all, and keep those eyes open for more challenge guides coming out here soon. But until then, this is your dude Sly, and I'll catch you all next time.